Maybe Black Dragons can pull it out.
Not a full set, but maybe a game.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, just one game. But it's going to be hard for Black Dragons to do. I think they learned a lot from the last game, and we'll see if they'll take out this Robin here.
Well, what's the main thing that you think they learned, besides the Robin?
Besides the Robin.
I mean, the early and mid game seemed pretty decent from them. I don't know if they needed to be more aggressive or like...
They need to find opportunities on the opposite side of the map if they're losing solo lane. Maybe invade some red buffs, take away the purple here or there.
I think we saw them do that, though. I think there was a 2v1 over in the solo lane, and 4 of them went over to the duo lane and was able to get a kill.
That's right. They were able to defend the red buff. They actually played very aggressively. They found a 3 for nothing around the 8.5 minute mark, but that was because Scream wasn't there.
Yeah, and they didn't get enough stuff after the kills. They kind of just retreated and healed up after. They were all so low, but they should have definitely tried to look for at least a neutral on that side of the map or one of their buffs. And they could have maybe done Gold Fury that one time where they picked off Panda Cat and then they chased Mike out, killed him in the end, and then Ratatasker chased out Venenu and killed him in mid lane. But they didn't go to gold. They were all super low, so I kind of like the call to go back there, but they should have definitely looked for more neutrals if they could.
And that's how teams stay ahead, right? Is they get the stuff after the stuff, as FL likes to say.
Oh, no.
You remember those days.
Stuff after the stuff. All right, we see a Raijin ban. Thank goodness. We don't need to see any more Raijin today.
I like the Raijin ban a lot.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see MC as well out of eUnited. Maybe not because they like playing against it, but oh, nope, there's the MC ban.
Man, you know what I'm curious about, though? Ratatasker didn't have boots. Never mind. All right. You guys were supposed to save me there, and you didn't.
Pity laugh. Moving forward, though, AMC has been banned by eUnited. It's not a bad idea here, considering that Panda Cat can play literally any god. He wasn't worried in the first game with all these Hunter bans, taking away even Rom, last picking the Hou Yi, who probably has one of the strongest late-game fights.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking time on their bans here. It's no surprise because this game is Black Dragon's last chance at staying in this tournament, because if they lose here, they're going home.
That's right. 2 teams going home today. We already saw actually 4 teams going home today. We saw Nocturnes, we saw LG, and now potentially Black Dragons if they don't take this game.
It's very important for them to find their footing here. The way we saw Nocturnes fight back in game number 2 was really impressive, and I think that if anything, Black Dragons can definitely take a page out of their book, as long as they had Black Dragons play their own game here. And I like the fact that they opted for first pick after losing the first game. They're trying to go for their own strategy. Still going to take away the Uller as the second ban, but it's eUnited that banned the Robin.
So it looks like eUnited might want to show something else here, and they might be worried about Black Dragons picking it first. So they're giving Black Dragons a ton of respect, which I like a lot out of eUnited, because these games are super serious. Like, if they lose here, they're out as well. So they know what's on the line, and they're really putting everything they can into these games.
The way Nocturnes played game number 2 in picks and bans is they drafted a lot of things that Rival did in game number 1.
Yes.
So I think that could be a similar thing that Black Dragons
almost a mirror.
Yeah. So maybe eUnited is thinking the same thing, like, okay, BD saw what we did in game number 1. They saw how successful the Robin was for us. Well, let's not give it to them here in game 2.
But it looks like they're going to stick with Osiris.
Just the classic solo lane Osiris pick. I think we're going to probably see Kakol in the top 3 again on eUnited. Benji was just playing the classic NA solo style where you just put full pressure on that lane, you get ahead, and you just run around the map killing everybody. And that's what NA solo laners love to do.
Yeah, Close definitely seems to prioritize Osiris.
Yeah, especially considering that Benji really likes that god as well. Kakolin is one of his newer preferred go-to gods here, though, considering that once you get that Berserk Rage, you're just a monster.
I remember I was talking to United after Super Regionals after we played them, and they said they don't really prioritize Osiris until like 3rd or 4th. So I think the Kakolin's something they prioritize way more over Osiris.
This Hachiman EU first pick right here, is that something you'd expect?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a flex pick as well, because Venenu really loves this god. He's played it a ton on stream. He played it at Super Regionals. He was actually telling me, it's pretty funny, he's like, we picked it and Panda wanted it, but he doesn't know how to use the ultimate. He doesn't know how to turn with it. So he's like, that's mine. And I'm not letting you play that because you don't know how to use his ultimate yet. But maybe Panda learned. It's been a month and a half since Super Regionals.
Oh,
so,
Odin pick right here. But why would you pick Odin this early against when eUnited has only picked 2 characters?
Yeah, I think Odin's fine here. They have Hachiman already. It really shuts him down really well. And Odin's just a strong pick in general, in my opinion. His slow that it got buffed in damage, and just he has a shield as well.
Anubis being flirted with.
Every time the audience freaks out, and we're always trolled.
Yeah,
there's no way.
If they lock it in, I don't know what I would do, but this it's not happening.
There's no way this gets picked here. Honestly, I'm surprised of the Odin pick as well because a Willish is available, right? That's a huge hard counter.
Would Venenu play him, or would it be a Panda Cat?
It would definitely be Venenu if they picked it, but I don't see it happening at all.
They're hovering over it for a while. Maybe they're letting it last a while. They know that the audience wants it.
Pick.
Oh, but the Morgan's good. Okay, audience.
Classic Venenu pick. He really likes his Morgan a lot, and Morgan kind of, like, Morgan's origin was in Europe, and they played it a lot over there on Team Dignitas with Zeros and Yaman and all of them, but it kind of like drifted over to NA more because the European teams kind of felt like they knew how to deal with it because she's really hard to siege with. She's really good at flanking and she's really good in the jungle fights, but once you get to the Phoenixes, she's really hard to use and make good use of her ultimate with.
Out of the gods that we're seeing right now, who do you think the Morgan is going to be using her ult on?
Definitely Odin the most out of all of them that we've seen so far. She's also pretty good as Hachiman as well because the stun and Hachiman's banner is his second ability, and she's going to be ranking up her magic damage toss abilities. So you see the Colin ban coming out, no surprise there at all.
Definitely, I'm kind of surprised that it actually got to the second wave of bans.
Having another Hunter with the Morrigan, pair that up with Fafnir as well, it's a very easy opportunity for eUnited to start burning some objectives early on with that double coerce.
Yeah, and one cool thing about Coerce as well, if you put it on Morgan and she throws her 2 out at somebody, it double procs it right away because Fafnir's Coerce procs the 2, so it's an awesome combo. She also has the Hachiman as well. The banner is really easy at proccing it. Same with Hachiman ult, so they have a lot of ways to proc her too already. The Raw ban coming out again, no surprise there. Healing's very strong, especially on these international teams.
Even know who you're
having that extra sustain that's beyond the bruisers, which they don't really seem to know what to do with that. Having a bursty healing mage definitely offers something to them. And, oh my goodness, a Bologna coming out from eUnited.
A Bologna jungle. I really feel like it's going to be a Bologna jungle. Yeah, I've seen Scream playing a lot on his stream and ranked. I've played against it before. Hu Yi coming out, and look at it again. Oh my god.
Oh my god! For the Anubis pick, Black Dragon with their tournament on the line. Last pick, Anubis.
What? Why?
Two dogs! And that is going crazy backstage right now.
All right, so it's Bologna solo, Fenrir jungle. It's definitely going to be Fenrir in the jungle. Scream's been playing that a lot as well, and he's been very strong in that character. But going back to the other dog, Anubis has been picked. I can't believe it.
I mean, well, Anubis, if you're caught out by him, the wrap to the 3 into the ult, it does so much burst damage.
He shreds tanks. If you stun Morgan when she's trying to ultimate, she's just going to get canceled out by that, and you could blow her up.
God, I almost don't want to toss this to the casters because I want to talk about these picks more, but I know that everyone is excited for game number 2, everyone. It's eUnited versus Black Dragons.
Thank you, Kelly, and the rest of the desk. And you are not kidding when you say we got some great picks here for game 2. eUnited versus Black Dragons, Morrigan, Fenrir, Anubis. A lot of great picks here, Graham.
I was really excited about the Morrigan, and then I'm like, all right, I saw the Anubis troll first of all. I think that's what they've done here. They're like, you know what? This might be our tournament live Finch, but if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it with Anubis.
And you can hear the crowd here excited to see not just Black Dragons playing well, but putting their hopes into Anubis. That's going to be Nan, one of their great players here on this roster, playing the Anubis pick, and it can do good things, Graham.
And notice how this composition from Black Dragons has been put together and crafted here, okay? It's all about Nan and Marcel's, the 2 standout players. FDot's been talking about Marcel's for months and months. I've been really big on how Nan's been playing as time goes on. Kliz, O'Ship, and Pibe are all going to be supporting roles here. They're there to peel, set up, and help the other 2 decimate. But the question is, will eUnited give them the window to do that?
That is going to be the question for him. And on eUnited side of it, Venenu in particular, on this Morgan pick, who's he going to be transforming into through this early game? We know how even just Morgan's regular kit can be devastating late game, but what about early when she's transforming into these other gods who level some of the same abilities? Who do you think Venenu's going to be looking at?
I'd like him to transform into Odin. You know why?
I think I know why, but I don't want to know.
So when Odin ults him, he can ult Odin, and they're both stuck in a ring each and just stare at each other.
Put a ring on the ring, right? Yeah.
If you like it, put a ring on it.
All right, we see some invades coming out here from Scream and Benji going to the speed buff. I want to try and take that away from Black Dragons. That's smart. Speed buff, one of the best buffs, gives a lot of mana and XP. Just a good decision here by Scream and Benji.
Yeah, pick this up early on and then go back towards the right-hand side and make sure they can look at where Kliz was stood. He's actually just freezing the wave because he's a little bit worried where everybody else is. There's been more focus at the start of this one from eUnited, sorry, from Black Dragons to make sure they control the left-hand side of the map and giving up the right-hand side this time round. They're leaving Kliz in solo island, which is something that doesn't happen so often just lately.
And that's what they're doing. They're trying to take control of this left-hand side, which remember last time over here on the duo side, it was actually Marcel's who's getting heavily pressured out by the pressure from eUnited. So this time, giving him a chance to be more relevant in this match.
Precisely.
He fell behind early last time.
And this is all about what Black Dragons have drafted here, is the fact they need Marcel's and Nan to do a lot of damage in this game. They could also go for cheeky 5-minute Gold Furies here as well, with a Ho Yi and an Anubis.
Oh, this
maybe
could be trouble.
First Blood.
This could be trouble for Polar Bear Mike. He's able to jump out of there. Odin coming right back over the top, though, trying to lock him down. And coming over is Marcel. First Blood ends up going to Black Dragons on the Hunter.
Big kill for the Brazilians. And now with that, it means that they're going to get some more pressure available for themselves. Getting Marcel's that kill early on. I was just mentioning the Gold Fury is a threat. Look at the comp they've got for Gold Fury Extermination. Nan and Marcel's, those ultimates are both fantastic. And then you've still got Pibe and O'Ship for controlling the area to not allow eUnited to get close.
Yeah, this composition from Black Dragons, it's not just a joke. They didn't just draft this Anubis here to troll around. They know what this pick's capable of, and they crafted it, as you said, specifically to try and make sure they can get some early objectives. Already, though, Marcel off to a good start over here, as we said before. Nan keeping even here with Venenu in the mid lane. If they can get this Anubis pick going, it'll spell trouble for eUnited's roster.
The biggest thing they've got to watch, though, Black Dragons now, is where Scream is going to be all times of the game. Because if he starts to make rotations towards the mid or the duo lane, they need to keep track with ward coverage and not let him get into the fray. Benji has got a nice little lead already over Kliz, and Kliz just can't give up kills in that lane. He's just there to hold now, with all the pressure on the right-hand side being in the eUnited's favor.
Polar Bear Mike is giving some respect here to O'Ship as well. Already looks like he's picked up the Phantom, likely in response to that Odin Cage aggression here, though, coming out. This is from Venenu. He's the one that turned into the Fafnir, pulling Pibe back into the damage. Venenu gets another kill, the first kill for eUnited, and that's good for the Morgan, but now trouble. Anubis putting in pressure on the Scream. O'Ship, Cage is in the dog. He's being held in the mouth, but Scream, enough time to jump out. Excellent play from the jungler from eUnited.
Yeah, Scream was just very patient there, used his ability as well. He knew he had escapes available for himself. By picking up O'Ship in his mouth, it just meant that Ship couldn't do any damage to him. So he could hold for a second and go, okay, now my leap will be back available, and walk away. Venenu, meanwhile, though, that was a really good rotation from his Morrigan to the left-hand side, and a great pickup onto Sylvanas before he hit level 5.
Talk to me a little bit here, Graham, about the build we're seeing early here from Nan, because it looked like, even though Scream was in a bad position, mummified in a lot of the damage there from the Anubis as well, it really just wasn't quite enough.
Well, Mummify in the early stages of the game as well doesn't last too long, and obviously against a Fenrir, he did have purification beads, which he may have just used in that engagement too, to get away, so it's not going to be that easy to burst it all the way down through the beads, especially with Mummify being such a short duration at the start.
Either way, able to escape there was Scream. Not quite able to pick up the first kill of the game for Nan in that last engagement, but we're seeing some good coordination here between them. We're seeing what this composition can do. When they tried to get away, Odin was the one that was able to lock him in, so once they get a little bit more damage, able to lock him down a little bit longer, I wouldn't be too surprised if we see a little bit more from Nan.
A little bit more surprised by Venenu's build more than anything else, and I think that some of that was actually because it shows how well that works because of the gank onto the duo lane where they found Pipe. He went for Shoes of Focus at the start of the game, and then going straight into penetration early on. Very surprised to see that. Normally you see stacking items like a Doom Orb, like the Warlock Sash, or even Book of Thoth. But Venenu this game going for pen.
And it makes sense that it would be targeting Pibe here as well on that Sylvanas early on. I mean, before they're able to get too tanky at these tanks, and in particular, not really a way for them to get out once they're picked up by that Fenrir, picked up Blink, so he could be the initiator for the team, so there's no real way for him to get out once he's been picked up by the dog. So well played by Venenu, transforming into the Fenrir and creating trouble for the duo lane. over on that left-hand side.
And just notice that eUnited do have around 1,000 gold lead right now in their favor, even though it was Black Dragons that got 400 bounty for first blood, mainly down once again to what happened in game 1, which was superior farming.
Superior farmers, eUnited are doing well, and I think in an attempt to try and prevent some of that, look at this left-hand side. It's heavily warded by Black Dragons right now. Also, maybe might be a little bit afraid after that gank from Venenu on the left-hand side too.
And that's the big reason for this, because they want to try and isolate PandaCat to an extent, but PandaCat is pretty experienced at dealing with 2v1s or even aggressive players. He's a very aggressive player himself, but he can be patient when he needs to, and they're still trying to trap him here on the left. Obviously, Oship does not have Blink available, so it's going to be a bit tricky for him to get there without just like jumping all the way in.
Oship was lurking around this left-hand side. He still is. He moved away for the moment, but came right back in, trying to get Hachiman to come forward. But PandaCat, as you mentioned, playing patiently here, not going to come too far out. I think he might even be able to spot him. Now Oship has moved out into the lane.
Yeah, Marcel's is telegraphing it just a little bit by being too far forward.
Sure.
He's trying to stay in range, if anything, but maybe there's a trap here in the jungle.
That's exactly what it looks like. Venenu lurking around over here. Scream as well. Pings are coming out, though, on the map, so Black Dragons might be aware of that presence. Oh, not quite able to get the pull. That could have been hot, though, if he could have got him under the tower.
Tell you what, he gets him under the tower there, and Nan definitely picks up the kill with the ultimate available. But at the moment, eUnited are lurking on the right-hand side because the jungle of Black Dragons has respawned or is respawning. Blue buff already being taken, and now Speed soon after. Meanwhile, Black Dragons trying to do the same thing on the left.
It's a result of them choosing to have the pressure on the left-hand side. They've given up the jungle almost entirely over here for Kliz and just told him to try and keep up the best that he can. And because of that, they've been able to lurk around, trying to bring a little bit of that into the mid lane and slow down Nan's farm. But he's been holding even with Venenu, no problem. But there might be action over here on the right around that speed buff that eUnited are looking for.
Yeah, Fefmir is still around there. Scream looking to hunt it down. But Oship and Scream, both at the same level still. So it's not too doom and gloom for surrendering your speed buff so often. The speed is on the ground, and Oship will be able to go and pick it up for now. Marcel's, he's gone for full boots here, so he's got a bit of a power play at the moment, but he's about to swing back as PandaCat has Devourer's Gauntlets online, which is very useful to get those stacks on earlier on.
Not one to give up the Gold Fury for free. Wrath of Terror already came out, but immediately Scream picks up the tree and drags him back to PandaCat. The Whisk route to try and keep him healed up, and that's going to be enough, but BBM is the one who's got Oship landing out on top of him. Marcel's with the second kill of the game for Black Dragons, taking down Polar Bear Mike.
Well, then Mike being off the table doesn't change too much. Benji on the right side now able to just continue to proxy, but it's a good little pick coming out from the Black Dragons. No use of Phantom from Polar Bear Mike there. You notice that? Trying to hold it for his teammates more so than himself. Felt that he could try and survive, jump away eventually. Too little, too late, however, and that's another kill available for Marcel's, who is now 2-0 on Hou-Yi.
Bologna transformation coming out from Venenu, looking for more pressure. Good thing Oship was here to try and slow it down a little bit. Actually still standing tall against two members is Venenu.
That was really good. Look, Venenu just did that in all-in-one swift motion. Yeah. A lot of the Morrigan plays that we see generally take half a second for the transformations. That was swift. Yeah. That was so quick into an ultimate from Bologna straight away. Could have surprised Nan that, but in the end, it'll go on cooldown. Nothing really given.
Able to survive that there in the mid lane was Venenu, along with Nan and the jungler from Black Dragons. We talked already a bit about how Polar Bear Mike is the one that's been the focus so far. At least he's the one that's taken the 2 deaths, but he's still holding even, at least experience-wise, it looks like with his counterpart, both level 9. I think he might even have ticked over to level 9 first. He might even be a little bit ahead, at least experience-wise. So, like you said, that patience that he's showing to not use those relics, save him for his teammates, it's actually working out fine.
Might be a fight on the left-hand side. Marcel's in a bit of trouble there, has to leap away as PandaCat started to pressure him as well. Now, you're seeing Scream start to turn up.
Scream is here, but Marcel's is backed up, at least for the moment. Oship, local in the jungle as well, but Scream's going in, as is Polar Bear Mike. He jumps away, though, over the wall, so able to get away. That could have been dangerous, but playing safely as Ship.
Yeah, Oship just doing a good job of trying to ward up, get vision for his team more often than not, and make sure he's there for a counter initiation if someone is going to be looking at Marcel's. The protection for Marcel's is solid this game. Can you tell? They've been very focused around him. Game 1, different story. The pressure was really on the duo side, sorry, the solo lane side, but now let's make sure Marcel's gets big, and Nan could just keep farming up. He wants to stack up this Warlock's Ash so he gets that extra power and that survivability.
P-Bay has been looking for these pulls all game long here on the Sylvanas. And you like that out of your support. I mean, he only needs to hit one, it seems like, to pull someone out of position and really set up something big for his team. So he keeps looking out for those, and that could be something, that could be a big initiating factor there for the rest of his team.
Notice what Polar Bear Mike was doing there. He's dancing to the exit to the right-hand side because Scream was taking away the speed buff from Black Dragon's jungle. So all he's doing is like, hey, if I see you walk at me, I'm gonna throw a hammer in you. Oh!
There it is, there's the pull. Polar Bear Mike is the one that gets targeted, but not too much trouble gonna come from it, able to jump right back away. But B-Bay might be putting a little bit of the fear in him.
Tell you what, Panda Cat needs to be very aware. He wasn't him who was caught there, but if Panda Cat's the one that gets hit by that, that is forcing his ultimate every time. He doesn't have that leap over the wall. A lot of members of eUnited do have decent escapes. Scream, Venenu to an extent can transform too, and Polar Bear Mike. If they get hit, it's not so bad. If it's going to be Panda Cat, and if we can see Pad getting his eye in now, could become a bit more of a problem.
And speaking of Panda Cat, we've seen some interesting decisions from him too, choosing to go with, it looks like,
Talaria boots,
the Talaria boots option. We saw that on the Amusa Cop earlier, but hold that thought. Could be some trouble over here for Ship, getting followed through by Scream on the Fenrir, taking him down underneath the tower with the Brutalize. Gets the second kill for eUnited.
And I like the surround by eUnited there, because this could develop into a goal fury for themselves too. Not only do they get red, sorry, not just the red, they don't get the red, they get the purple, but now this gold is going to go down very quick with a Fafnir.
Yeah, that coerce is a big deal for him. Gold Fury already very low. Nan is here along with some other help, but nowhere near in time. eUnited get the buff, and looks like they're going to be able to get out of there cleanly. Back over here with Kliz and Benji. Kliz, despite being abandoned, has done a good job at least sticking close here, it looks like, with Benji. Might want to get away from this one, though, with those tethers.
No, he better run, because look at what's coming. Scream's on the way, Venenu's on the way, and Kliz has been baited into a fight he did not want to be involved in. Can he still survive?
He's running, but there's too much pressure coming underneath the tower for him. Venenu ends up getting credit for that one. Tier 1 tower, not nearly enough to deter the aggression from eUnited. Now the knock-up coming out, though, from B-Bay, but Benji getting pulled back in and interrupted. Venenu transformed into the balloon as well to interrupt for the moment. Nan's ultimate not quite gonna do enough here for him. Running away, tanky for the moment is Venenu. Good mummify, though, to wrap her down.
He missed the dunk. Oh, shit! That was so close, but not close enough. And now eUnited escaped with the barest amount of health.
That was very, very close. Nan came in. The ultimate was not quite in range to hit quite as much as he wanted to on the back end of it, while Venenu was still in the transformation. Mummify does land to lock him down for the moment, but couldn't quite end up finishing that one off. So in the end, they just lose Kliz for it and couldn't punish him any further.
Full credit to how Venenu played that fight too. He used his ultimate, turned into Benji and that Bologna, and ulted defensively to peel for his teammates. The best thing about that whole play, though, honestly, was if Ship connects that dunk, he timed it to perfection. He was waiting for Venenu to transform back into Morrigan so he wouldn't have the tankiest stats that a warrior has, be that squishy mage, and he was just off the mark.
And you're really all right. That transform into the Bologna is the whole reason that goes so well for Venenu. Benji, once again, is in a really good position over here, farming very well. Level 14 right now, second only to, you guessed it, Panda Cat. Once again, the two side lanes for eUnited are playing out of their minds in this set. As we mentioned, the kills may be very close, but eUnited have amassed for themselves about a 6,000 or so gold lead. They really are further out in front than those kills might convey.
And it's becoming more and more problematic now for Black Dragons, because Marcel's has started to slip further behind Panda Cat, who was focused early on in this encounter to make sure he had the lead. eUnited gonna get a free Portal Demon because of that.
Yeah, Portal Demon has been taken down in favor of eUnited. Right now they are out in front. There not really any way for Black Dragons to come in and contest that one. They knew they couldn't go in and fight for them, so they have to give that one up. Black Dragons having a hard time slowing down this ball that's rolling for eUnited right now.
Definitely true, and obviously you just saw the cameraman highlight the Talaria boots there. He's touched on it earlier on. But the extra mobility does allow him to quickly retreat back to base, get back to lane quicker, get a bit more bonus gold, health regen. Not only that, the rotations are the big part of that too, can get to these team fights just a hair quicker, especially with Hachiman's Horsey coming into play too, which can initiate some fights.
Right now, eUnited rather far ahead of Black Dragons here in this game. Who are you looking at on the side of Black Dragons to be sort of their comeback mechanic or their way to limit some of the lead that eUnited have had? If they're going to fight back, who's it through?
I mean, the more and more I'm watching this now, the more and more I'm feeling Black Dragons may have picked that Anubis for the crowd as time goes on, because we've not seen much out of this Anubis since it's been picked. We saw one potential killer a moment in the whole game so far for this Anubis, but since then he's been very focused on just trying to survive.
And that's what the impression from eUnited has done, not really able to set up their ideal combo. You saw even in the solo jungle side, when he had a chance to get an ult off, he couldn't get close enough to really get the continuous damage that he would have liked to get in that fight. So yeah, not able to get the most out of this so far has been Non. Marcel's actually, well, there's a lot of trouble over here.
He's the only one, but he's going to leap into Veneno. Veneno was way around the corner. The beat's a bit early. Sun's down, but in goes Veneno, transforming again into Bologna. Rally there, says Veneno, and Marcel's falls.
I like that Veneno. That's Veneno transforming into the Bologna. That's a good name for it. Oh, shit! It's the one that might be in a little bit of trouble. Forced to use the Purification to get out of that one. Panda Cat taking all the damage from Non, who forces out the Aegis Scream, though. Jumping in. Rapid Terra is enough to deter the aggression. Good ultimate from the support.
Yeah, Pipe came in big there to pick that one up, and now Polar Bear might hung around a little bit too long for a second, but will get away to safety once more. And this was, I was about to say before, you know, the Anubis thing, we were talking about who to carry. I don't think it's going to be Anubis. The only one that really could is Ho-Yi, and immediately he gets taken out by eUnited. Like, they're starting to focus on where they need to, and Black Dragons started to try and pay attention to the right-hand side a little bit more, and they left Marcel's alone. He gets picked off by 4 targets surrounding him.
And that's what good teams do here as well, Graham. That same question I was asking you, they're asking themselves in the comms too. They're saying, where is it for Black Dragons to come back in and take this game away from us? And that's when you see them start stripping the jungle away. You see them start to switch their focus. So not giving Marcel's a chance to come back in here, and not giving Black Dragons a chance to defend this Gold Fury already taken down. eUnited get that objective. Oship can only watch on as the lead extends even further out of control, just about 10,000.
Good work from Polar Bear Mike there to just to zone away Oship coming in on that Odin. The difference is, though, is that, it was well-timed again from eUnited. They had the cooldown timer, but it also worked out perfectly because most of Black Dragon's ultimates were on cooldown, so they weren't going to be in a position to really contest unless they wanted to commit to a fight that, being down in gold, you really want your ultimate up to try and make an impact.
And I really like what we're seeing from these teams here. The whole tournament, it's felt like not so much kills, it's objective focus that's winning these games here, Graham. I know sometimes when you play in the international competition, it's the big experience difference, and I think a lot of the time this is where it comes from, the decision-making, making sure to be able to steal those jungle camps, to be able to start Gold Furies, to be able to pull Portal Demons as well. We've seen it from all these top teams who are moving forward, and eUnited no exception, as Marcel might be in trouble.
Good leap from Marcel's at the right time before Scream could connect, but eUnited doing the right thing, focusing on objectives, so just making sure Marcel's can't get involved. So it's a free tier 1 tower. Don't know about the tier 2. They may feel confident, though. It looks like they are.
They've got 4 members here blinking in. Pipe able to knock us off, immediately the response from Scream to pull him up and take him back into the cage. Scream ends up getting prepped for that one. Oship actually able to return the favor to Veneno, though, and drop him, but he's all alone in all kinds of trouble. Non coming in to drop down to 3, at least to push them back. But eUnited not deterred. Panda Cat taking down Oship, and Benji still going forward onto the lone Anubis.
And now Marcel's will be turned on once Non gets out of range. Laser beam of death is no good. The rally is good, though, from Benji. And now only Kliz stands under his tier 2. Cancel that, he's running for his life.
And you were asking the question, would they be able to get this tier 2 tower? Well, there's your answer. 4 members of Black Dragons end up falling. Only 1 traded from eUnited. They take the tier 2 tower to go along with that hefty team fight win. Now that left-hand side of the map is opened up. Portal Demon will be back up before too long as well. Fire Giant likely the next target, and eUnited have a path to start breaking this game open.
Only good thing that came out for the fight for them is realizing that Oship can do a lot of damage to Veneno. Yeah. And Veneno, I don't think, estimated how much burst the Bird Bomb combo can really do. And he deleted him before he had a chance to even look towards his ultimate, which was available at the time too. So small signs of opportunity, maybe. Problem's going to be on defense, because when you look at Black Dragon's composition, defending Phoenixes or these tier 2 towers, they don't have great wave clear. As in, yeah, okay, Anubis has got wave clear, sure, so has Marcel and Ho-Yi, but you've got to get pretty up close and personal to tag all those minions. And when you do that, Scream and Benji won't give you a moment before they jump on your face.
Portal Demon was completed by eUnited. They'll have a way to go back and go back, buy items, then come back right here to the Fire Giant pit and start taking that objective. Now, again, to continue to push into the jungle of Black Dragons, not allow them any way to try and recoup some of their lost farm that they've had all game. Fire Giant already being started. Only O'Ship is around the area. Non and P-Bay are down there on the right-hand side. They cannot come help.
Nothing Black Dragons can do here. The goal is 13,000 at the moment at 20 minutes. Experience, well, you can see on the right-hand side, there's a lot higher levels than the left-hand side, that's for sure. The only one relatively close. Oh, Pibe.
Yeah, Scream has already fallen here. Pibe is now very low in response to that. Panda Cat blows up Non. Venenu transforming into the Bologna, which he enjoys so much, dropping down the rally here and finishing off B-Bay. 2 have already fallen for Black Dragons. eUnited continuing to push.
I was about to say, Finch, like all I've seen from Venenu is, let's be Bologna. Let's be Bologna. Hey, I know what I'm going to do. Bologna.
Well, why not? Benji's had an excellent game here so far, an excellent set, rather. And if you can borrow a little bit of that, then I think that that's a pretty good idea.
Right-hand side, though, look at that as well. Panda Cat going to get a free Phoenix alongside Venenu. And Scream, no, sorry, and Benji too. And now it's pressure onto mid lane. They're looking like they're going to put this to bed a little bit quicker here at United.
Yeah, the right side Phoenix already fallen. Tier 2 tower in mid has already fallen. Now it's the Phoenix in mid that's still standing. Non has respawned, though. Has a chance to come up and try and help with the defense. Sunbreaker dropped down to force him out for Phoenix Rage. Going forward this time is Benji, but he's soaking up all the damage and just doesn't care. Has to rally here to get out of it, but he is out.
And we're not mentioning it yet, but there's 2 Thorns on eUnited too. So every time Non steps in with that ultimate, trying to get some damage off, he can just pop Thorns and return half the favors back to him. Phoenix will fall.
Phoenix does fall. Fire Giant helping to regen the boys of eUnited as they continue to push. 2 Phoenixes are down. Looks like they don't want to come in and in just yet with that left-hand Phoenix still up, with not quite everyone all grouped up together. So instead they'll back up, get a little bit more farm, regroup. Only 1 Phoenix and the Titan stand between them and their ticket out of the quarterfinals. eUnited do not look rusty to me.
And the winner of this, obviously, which is looking like it's going to be United moving on, gets to face off against Obey Alliance or Elevate.
Or Elevate. Whoever ends up winning that game has a tough matchup waiting for them. eUnited looking very strong as Polar Bear Mike and Scream take this Gold Fury. More really just to get this off the map than anything else. They're so far ahead in gold right now, almost 20,000, a number so difficult for Black Dragons when they're fighting in. You touched on it. They've had a couple of good initiations where O'Ship got some good damage on Venenu, but they're just so far behind.
And I think that was a big talking point for me, was how well Venenu would play in this mid lane. There's been a lot of talk about North American scrims and how good players can be. Venenu's name gets spoken about a lot in this mid lane as being potentially one of the best mid laners in the world, but he's just never shown it to the extent that people have spoken about him before. This game shows me that he's here to play, he's warmed up, and Morrigan, probably the most complicated gods to play, with so many possibilities. If he can play this at the highest level, he's going to cause so many problems.
2 members from eUnited already over here in the left. Pibe gets a pull onto Benji to pull him in. They're stacking in some damage. Actually a good chain CC to force out the ultimate from the Bologna. Forms her back. Still, though, everyone else from eUnited are ready to continue pushing.
And Non used his ultimate there to try and get the pressure on Benji. Just doing the heal now. Using the fact that they've got that Fire Giant, he'll be fine. Now, without that ultimate, how do they defend against this?
Going in with the Wrath of Terra, knocks up 3 members, but no immediate follow-up from the rest of Black Dragons. Polar Bear Mike goes for the Draconic Corruption, as once again, it's Benji going in forward, trying to fight O'Ship, locks him in. O'Ship ends up falling. Double kill for Panda Cat over here on the left-hand side. Now it's Non who's too far forward. Polar Bear Mike gets credit for that one. 3 members have already fallen. Make it a triple kill for Panda Cat while you're at it. Left-hand Phoenix has fallen, and eUnited are coming in to take 2 games up against Black Dragons.
And that will do it. eUnited will book their spot into a semi-final. Once they get a kill onto Marcel's, that is.
Yeah, eUnited kind of taking a little bit of their time here with it, but they are eventually